The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the February 6th wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. How about we have an extraordinary one? And the easiest way to do that, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find a gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, if you'd be so kind to put radio show question, and in the Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Lush Show. Right now, the Dow off 2.5 points, S&P down 5, NASDAQ off 24. Is the semis that are to the upside, trade up 3% or 38 buckaroonies out there. Lead the charge dollar-wise, individual stock-wise, the upside. It's Paycom Software up 15 bucks or 10%. Macrogenics, maybe it's an IPO, maybe not. Maybe they've just cured something that's up 127%. It's trading up 14 bucks. Skyworks Solutions up 9. Broadcom up 6. To the downside, it's Google, dollar-wise, up 24 bucks or 2%. Amazon down $19. That's a little over 1%. USANA Health, not very healthy today, off 13% or 15 buckaroonies. So what do we want to take a look at first? Well, you know what we want to take a look at first? We had somebody send in a request yesterday. It was towards the end of the show, so I didn't see it till I got off the show. And I don't remember the name of the individual who sent this in, but hopefully they are listening. And the question was if I could take a look at the Vanguard High Dividend Yield Index Fund. That, by the way, ticker symbol VHDYX. And we're looking at the 3 different time frame charts out here on my screen, and we're in essence looking at the TAS market profiles to give us some type of indication. Is price neutral? Is it bullish? Is it bearish? And of course, it depends on the time frame that we're going to look at out here. On the daily time frame chart, you'll notice that there are no bars. There's no way to have a bar with regard to a mutual fund. But on a daily time frame chart, this says to me that this has higher to go. There's no trend that has been broken here. There is a descending trend line that price is moving into. That price point is somewhere in the 33.40-ish area. And so that looks to me like where it's headed. That's what the daily time frame tells Stevie. The weekly time frame says 33.84 to 33.32 is the resistance zone. So that's what I would be looking at. I'm not saying jettison your position. I'm letting you know where price is likely headed to. And on a monthly time frame, this can overcome, let's say, that descending trend line resistance. This is looking at about 34.47. No idea whether we'll get over that, whether we'll get through that. But first, you've got in this 33.40-ish range out there, your next level of resistance. So thanks for writing in. Hope that helps you out. We also had another listener wrote in early this morning. Let's see, that was Leonardo DiCaprio. Pretty close, actually. Leonardo writes in, says, hi, Steve. Hey, Leonardo. And he's asking, do you see the UVXY? And all of you guys that are listeners out there, or longtime listeners out there, you know what I think about these products. I hate them. But we're going to go answer the question anyways. I got me set this chart back up here just simply so that day trading vehicles, one thing, holding on to it, not so much. But wait, let's we haven't even discussed his question out here. I'm just trying to get this thing set up so we can go back to our normal look so we can take a look at those candles. Okay, so let's go on to LC's question. It says, all right, do you see UVXY making a bottom in the region of 46.20? And then goes on, or do you see enough momentum to see it break through and test the 35 low? I'm itching to go short, given the extreme complacency. So I think when you say he's going short, you're not talking about going short this vehicle. You're talking about going short the market, I'm guessing. But maybe I'm wrong about that. But it's extreme. If you have time, do you think the SQQQ will test 1083? So here's the problem with UVXY and just simply all of the reverse, all of the you know what I'm trying to say out here. All of the where my mind is just simply gone. If you take a look at this specific equity out here, because of all of the reverse splits that it's done. Just one word. Sometimes just one worse. Yes, it's an inverse ETF, but Jose, it's a losing proposition. It's not like your buy and hold strategy for sure. If you look at all the reverse splits out here, Jose, this would say that at one point in time back in October of 2011, that this sold for, there are so many zeros in here, I don't even think I can really, is it 24 million? The 242 million? Yeah, it would say that one share sold for $242,700,000. That would have been the open of it. Obviously, if we bring this in a whole lot closer, we shorted up there. Well, good for you, man. I will send you the winery where my favorite sake is brewed. It's called Pseudo Honky. You can just look it up on the internet, and the name of the sake is Kakunko. So if you'd be kind enough to give them a call and ship me 6 bottles, that would be a wonderful thing out here. But with regard to where is this vehicle headed to, first, you've got to really be paying attention to the futures contracts for this and the weighting inside that, and that changes. Do we see this potentially heading lower? Sure. You used a figure of, I don't know, what was your low out here? 35? I don't know. I would, to me, it's very difficult to utilize this for anything other than if you are certain that the market is going in one direction for the day, then you could take a look at doing this. See, there was a trading strategy. There is a trading strategy that we created out here with regard, I think it was with regard to one of these vehicles out here. And I'll look for it during the break. Maybe it was the UVXY, and it was on a 2-minute basis, and it is using the TAS market profiles as assistance. If I can find it, great. If not, but we'll go take a look at what the NASDAQ 100 is doing and try to answer your question about what the Qs are doing, and maybe the TQQ, SQQQ. We'll be right back.
The TAS Profile Scanner is the most revolutionary piece of trading software that you will ever try. Wouldn't you like to approach the markets with confidence? As you begin your trading day, it's likely that you'll be faced with lots of decisions. In order to make the best decision, the first thing you'll need is a strategy that will help you minimize your risks. Whether we're in a bull or bear market, a good strategy is to have the tools needed to help you scan and analyze the markets before you trade. The TAS Profile Scanner instantly scans and filters over 2,500 global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, president of TAS Market Profile, the TAS Profile Scanner understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications, automated trading algorithms, and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. Whether you're looking at the trade matrix, the ETF heat grid, the market breadth, the landscape charts, or the many other features of the TAS Profile Scanner, this is a piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the markets and set up your trades. The team at TAS has even put together a 12-part video series to walk you through every aspect of the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find directly on the TAS order page at TFNN.com. Sign up now for only $97 a month with a risk-free 30-day trial, so you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. See for yourself how you can harness the full power of the TAS Profile Scanner by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services section. Remember, with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Don't let another day pass you by without trying out this amazing piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the market and how you place trades. Sign up today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching TigerTV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So, Leonardo, what we're going to do is we're just going to go take a look at the cues out here as opposed to spending time on that UVXY trade out there. And I apologize if I'm disappointing you, but it is what it is as we speak right now. So let's take a look at the NQ, and let's look at the daily time frame out here. And on the daily time frame, we're going to switch to Stevie's white background. And here's what it is that we know about the NQ out here. And we'll just take a look at a couple different patterns that are underway. First, with regard to what do we know about the NQ? The first thing that we know about it is that it's trading over resistance. When I say resistance, let's take a look at a couple of different resistance levels out here. The first level of resistance, let me go ahead and hide this Fibonacci retracement level. Okay, so the first level of the first area that it's trading over is both a daily and a weekly set of profiles out here. That old resistance, which is new support, is 67.66. I suggest you write that number down on a pad of paper, because if price is pulling back, you'll need to see, can price break through support. But before it gets there, 66, 68, 28, 25 would be the number, because that's the last time that it created a bearish reversal candle, which was actually on the trading day of January 22nd, but it was the prior session, the 18th, that set up that resistance level. So price is trading above resistance out here. That's what we know. That says price can continue to move higher. Are there any other patterns inside the NQ that we should be aware of as to where price might make a turn? Let's say from a time standpoint versus a price standpoint. Yeah, no, I just confused you with what I just said. But if we take a look at the current wave count, we're in wave number 6, or letter F, that is on my screen out here. That means if it's going to turn with wave number 7, which it can, then the earliest that could occur and confirm wave number 7 would really be Monday, right? Because if tomorrow is a lower low, that's Thursday, and then Friday is a higher high, that gets you to G, but Monday would have to be a lower low out there. So from a timing standpoint, if you're going to use that as a tool from a timing standpoint, I know I said timing standpoint twice, really now 3 times out there, just keep your hands in your pockets with regard to trying to take the short inside the Qs out here. So that's one possible pattern. Today looks like it's going to be day number 6 in that TD setup 9 count. So if it's day number 6, the high wouldn't take place typically until 8, 9, or 10. So if today's 6, tomorrow's 7, that would either be Friday, Monday, or Tuesday out there. So you could have 2 patterns line up. I don't know if we'll get to the power of 9 or not, but right now that's the program that's in play. So that's a timing issue out here with regard to where we're at. Price-wise, if we look at the A to B equals CD levels out here, with price being above all resistance, this would say 70.89. This is the NQ that we're looking at, is where price would be targeting. That would be the level we'll be targeting next year. It's 70.10 out here. So that is how we take that whole thing apart. If you're going to look at those volatility trades, you're really looking at the ES Mini and the S&P 500 to get your gauge as to what's going on. Get your gauge on. Now, let me just come back here and turn the retracement levels on, just so that we can give it the thorough once over. And on the retracement level side, price is right up at that 0.618 retracement from high to low, between the high that was out here on the trading session in October the 1st, down to the low on December 26th out here. This would say if price can take out 70.22, you're looking at 73.48. It really gets very simple. Not that it's simple, but it gets fairly simple out here. Price is going to continue to move higher until the bears actually are able to take control. And when they take control, they can't hide. They can't hide it from you. It's not like playing liar's poker and they're bluffing. They will produce some type of bearish reversal candle. We don't know what that is until the end of the trading session. But what I can share with you is, well, right now at 122, okay, it's a little doji in Stevie's window. I don't know if that's the candle that's going to be there. But that is not a reversal signal. It's just a signal that tells you that the market is tired as it moves into resistance out here. And that's all that it tells you. Now, that tells you a lot, and it's helpful, but it's not a turning type signal out there. So that's what Stevie sees when he takes a look at the NQ chart. And I hope that helps you out. Let's take a look at another question that came in here. This one from the Tiger's Den. This one from John of the Tiger's Den says, please bisect with a chart of Barrick Gold, ticker GOLD, going back to mid-2015. What price must the rally exceed to signal a bigger move higher as the charts suggest? So if we take a look at Barrick Gold, GOLD is the ticker symbol. Let's look at the daily time frame, although I think your question, no, we're going to answer the question first this way. And because it was really the bigger picture out here. And the question was, what level do we need to see price exceed to signal a bigger move higher? In the way that I'll use the word exceed, I'll mean a close above, just so that we get that straight. Now, this is a monthly chart here for Barrick Gold. What we can see on this time frame chart from a monthly standpoint is when price back in January of 2016, I know you asked me to go back to 2015, but instead I want to take a look at the bottom and breakouts and be able to explain to everybody that's watching or listening what it is that we're looking at in the charts out here. And when we saw it close on a monthly basis in January 2016, above the top of its monthly profile, by the way, that was 903, and the close was 991. That said, resistance had failed and price was going to run higher. Where was it going to run higher to? Well, we really didn't know for sure, but what you and I would always do is go back and take a look at prior swing points where there was resistance. And that prior swing point resistance was in the 2176 area out here. Where did price end up getting to? Well, the actual high was 2347 back in July 2016. And then voila, the very next month in August, a bearish structured monthly profile formed and price was inside there. Now, it was bearish in structure. Let's go take a look at that, because for those of you that might be new listeners, I'm going to turn off price. Many people would say, you're going to turn off price, and then you're going to tell me what price is going to do? Yes. We're going to tell you what price should do because of the structure of this profile. And we're looking at this big one. Now, many of you might say, big one? Which one are you talking about? Well, that's pretty simple. We're talking about the one that Stevie's going to go ahead and put a yellow rectangle around. This one. Bearish in structure because the center line, which was at about the price point of 1864, much closer in proximity to the top at 2186 versus the bottom at 899. This says that sellers, and especially once price got below 1864, should have had the energy to push price all the way down to the bottom. Well, did they? Close, no cigar. Really close, right? Because where price got down to in September of 2018, got down to a low of 953. And this monthly profile on the bottom of that box was 899. So pretty good. What have we been doing in essence since? Well, since November of 2018, we've been trading with inside a new monthly market profile. I think you sort of get where I'm going. If I pass the question back to you, what price do you need to see price close above to tell you that we have more upside potential inside Barrick Gold, GOLD? The number is 1410. It's the top of that bearish structured small monthly profile. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. The universe provides us with opportunities all the time, and I was no different. In 2006, I invested $2,500 in a 2-day master trader course taught by Tom O'Brien, then ranked as the #1 market timer for gold. The fact is, if you want to be the best, you must learn from the best. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability and the Market Timer of the Year for 2018. To celebrate this accomplishment, TFNN.com is offering you a free 2-week subscription to my award-winning newsletter service, and there's no charge to you until day 15 unless you cancel sooner. That's right, we're waiving the normal upfront deposit, and this offer is available to anyone and everyone, even if you've tried Mastering Probability before. Sign up now, and I'll teach you the tool that identified the bottom in the Dow on January 26th, the morning that led to the largest daily point gain in history. This offer will expire on February 10th, so go to the homepage of TFNN.com now and click on Mastering Probability.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So the next question comes in from Tim M. Tim writes in and says, Steve, I've got a full position in ESI, formerly PAH. Should I hold or sell? Have the best of days. Of course, I don't know, Tim, your time frame, and so you've got a full position. I don't know, if you're in at $9 and it's trading at 11.64. I don't see any breakdowns. But let me tell you what I see in the charts as to what ESI looks like it's doing, and you can make a decision. So on the trading session here, so if we take a look at Tim's holding here in Element Solutions Inc., ESI, I'm going to guess that at some point during the day on February 1st, when this thing had opened at 11.50 and got up to 12.74, it was like Party City. Now, maybe it wasn't really Party City, and I'm being a little facetious, but it sure looked good, didn't it? But somehow price stopped where it did because of trend lines that were forming out here. And so we know that that is a fairly significant resistance level. However, that's not really what's important. What's more important is that the candle open and close, the body of the candle, that's truly the essence of price. When you look at this chart here, you see a number of wicks. And these wicks are nothing more than extreme emotions during the day out there. The real essence of price is the open and the close session. It's not as interesting if we just look at bars like that. We can. But the reason why we're throwing this out there, we just had this conversation about taking a look at gold, GOLD, Barrick Gold, and its profiles. We looked at it on a monthly basis. We're now on a daily basis. The time frame we're agnostic to. But here, what we see inside of ESI is a bearish structured box as well. And take a look at where price is trading, at how price held the top of that bearish structured box, 1187. So all this says, now, we're not seeing a breakdown. But what you do know, Tim, and what I know, and now everybody who's listening to the show and visually watching the show knows that 1187 is a key level for price to close over. If price closes over that, then you've got this little trend line to deal with, and then you've got the swing point high from August 30th in the 1350-ish type range out here. You can see a short-term trend line where prices, in essence, moved into it today. We can take a look at Stevie's red line. It's really green. Says you've got a price oscillator above zero. Looks like today is going to be day number 8 of the Power of 9 session out there. Price here says 1143 as support. You can see the bullish engulfing candle for back on January 29th. The low of that is really a support level as well. Let's look at the, so here, let's summarize what the daily chart says. If price gets below 1150, closes below 1150, you're looking at 1095. I don't know if that's a problem for you or not, but that's what you would be looking at. That would be normal. There would be nothing wrong for this stock to be trading that way. That's just simply what you would be looking for. At the end of the week out here, now you can see on a weekly basis a couple different trend lines. You can see that the weekly top of its box, and the top of this box here is pretty much an equal, or the box itself is pretty much equally distributed. The center is pretty close to the center, but the top here is 1161. And it closed just slightly over it last week, and it's trading just slightly over it right now. If you close underneath 1161, it suggests to me that the daily time frame where it's a bearish structured box, they should be able to push price lower. Hey, you try saying push price lower a few times. You've got decent support, hopefully, at 1136, the bottom of that monthly profile out there. So, Tim, that's what I see. And you asked the question, should you hold, should you sell? I don't know where you're in it from, what your time frame holding is. You've got real significant resistance at 1437. And that's the top of its monthly profile out there. So I hope that that information helps you with Element Solutions, Inc. No other questions that I see that are in the queue out there. So, hey, you too can write into Steve at TFNN.com. Just inside the subject heading, if you put radio show question, that would be very cool. Now, interestingly enough, I was trying to show this when I did the 1 o'clock update, and I just ran out of time. The interesting thing, so we use these different tools and patterns. We use them on multiple time frames, and we do the show here. It makes it easy when we go to take a look at short-term time frames to get a feel for what the message of the market is. And here is the Dow Equity Futures contract. And you're going to see these little red dashed lines on my screen out here. And those red dashed lines represent the support levels on a 30-minute basis for the Dow Equity Futures contract. And those were established by these power of 9 counts that were out there. You know, the more I use it, the more I am amazed, not really amazed anymore, just how well they work to identify support or resistance. And then, of course, the message that's delivered if support or resistance gets broken. And if you take a look at the action this morning, if you take a look at price moving up, forming that number 9 count at 9 o'clock this morning, that turned out to be the intra-session high. And where did price head back to? Support. Little red dash line out there. Pretty cool, eh? I think it's pretty cool because it allows you to understand and answer the question. I am sure there are folks that were this morning when the market was headed lower and what was the Dow trading down? I don't know, was it 100 point? Whatever it was trading down, they were saying, aha, the top is in. And this chart was saying, aha, price is just pulling back to test support, which would really help you if you're an intraday trader out there. So if you'd like to learn that pattern, all about it, just come on over to the homepage at TFNN.com. Sign up now for my newsletter service, Mastering Probability, or Mastering Scratch Your Head. That's not what I was going to say. Mastering Probability. You'll get access to a archive workshop where I teach you that pattern as well as many other goodies. It's a goodie bag out there. Okay, question comes in here. What are the numbers on the gold contract? So for the profile. So let's take a look at that, but let's do it this way if we can, so that I give you full disclosure here. What does that mean? Full disclosure means we want to look at multiple time frames. Multiple time frames mean let's put the correct contract up here. So give me a moment to do that. And now we'll provide you with excellent data. And here we've got a 60-minute, a 2-hour chart, 120-minute, a 5-hour chart, 300-minute, and a daily time frame out here. And what you will notice is, maybe you'll notice it, maybe you won't. I'm going to make you notice it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this chart and I'm going to turn off price. There you go again, Steve-O. You're turning off price, and somehow you're going to call a market when you turn off price. How can you do that? Well, if you look at the new profile that formed out here a couple of days ago inside of Goldilocks on a daily basis, you're going to see that the center line at 1321 is closer to the top at 1331. And the bottom's at 1306 out there. So what does that say to you and I? That says if we see price close below 1321, well, sellers should easily be able to push price to the 1306 level. Let's turn price back on. Where are we trading? Well, we closed below 1321 yesterday. We're below 1321 now. 1321 has become resistance. Where is it that you think price of the gold contract is going to trade back to? At a minimum, where is it going to trade back to? 1306. And there's not anything on the intraday charts to suggest otherwise either. Not at this stage of the game. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you'd like to be the bank and get the type of interest they receive instead of the low interest rates they give to clients, then I have an investment you may want to take a look at. I'm offering 4-year secured first mortgages on buildable city lots in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment can be anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000 per buildable city lot. The interest paid is 7% per year, paid monthly. Depending on the investment, the income per month per lot ranged from $175 for a $30,000 investment to $437.50 for a $75,000 investment. If you are in the CD market, you want to look at this investment. St. Petersburg is located in Pinellas County, which is the densest county in Florida. If you're looking for an investment with your principal intact that pays a good interest rate, this may be for you. The supply is limited, so act now. For more information on these secured first mortgage opportunities, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Hey, let me correct something as we were going into that break there. We were looking at the daily time frame chart for gold, and I said on the intraday charts I didn't see anything to suggest otherwise. That's not entirely accurate. I was looking at the 60-minute time frame chart, but you know what's right in front of me is the 120 and the 300-minute time frame charts out here. And what you're going to see, those are the ones that are dead center out here. You're going to see that at this stage, prices testing a level of support. The bottom of those boxes for the 2-hour and for the 5-hour are both at 13.14. One's at 13.14.20, the other's at 13.14.30. Now, the 5-hour time frame chart closes at 2 o'clock, actually. So if you were to see it close below, you know, the 13.14.30, that says, yikes. That could lead to a problem out here. But if you go to the 60-minute chart where price is trading below, you see that red bar that's out there. The interesting thing here is you and I can identify a breakout area, and that's what gold is doing right now. It's pulling back into a 1-hour breakout area. Now, there's a big volume bar out here. When I say big volume bar, I'm referring first to the time frame that began on the hour at 2 p.m. on January 30th. And there was 54,000 contracts, and that price is 13.50. And you can see that we've come down and we've tested that in lighter volume and did that at 9 o'clock on February 4th. You're doing that as we speak right now. The reason to bring this up is because if this area fails out there, that combined with the daily profile that we looked at, the shorter term profiles that we looked at would send a very important message. That would send an important message to me. So I wanted to make sure that I was genuine, as always, with regard to our analysis of, hey, Steve-O, what's going on with regard to the market profiles for Goldilocks out there? So watch that 13.14 area closely, because that will tell you a whole bunch about Goldilocks out there, and you are most welcome. So what else are we going to look at? We have no other questions out here, and so let me just kind of tour around charts, see if there's anything of significance that I can see. Anything of significance that I can see out here for you to assist you. And so far the answer is that I don't see anything, really anything at all of significance. I'm looking at the equity futures contracts and so forth. If we go look at the SOX, since that's the index that is trading the highest percentage-wise at the moment, what do we see out here? You know, we see nothing but strength at this stage of the game. We were looking at something before, maybe it was the NQ, which is, I believe, was in wave number 6, letter F. The SOX is doing the same thing out here. So that says the earliest, if it's going to make a bottom with wave number 9, wave number 7. I'll get my numbers all set. Don't worry about it. The earliest that candle could form, session could form, would be, would be Monday. That's the earliest that it could. But right now, you've got a gap to the upside. You're above resistance levels out here. The resistance really was on the trading day of December the 3rd. Once price got over that level, old resistance became new support. That new support was actually tested a couple of different times out there. It was tested on February 1st. It was tested on February 4th. And the SOX is just simply moving higher. Now, if you're going to say moving higher to where, moving higher into the 1390-ish type range, maybe as high as the 14 and change out there. But that is where the semiconductor index appears to be headed at this stage of the game. Not seeing any other signals out here, patterns that suggest some type of market top. We've looked at gold. Should we go look at light sweet crude? Yeah, what the heck? No one's asked for it, but let's go look at light sweet crude. Trade on at 54.31. Let's go see what information we can glean as we take a look at the market profiles. And again, we're going to do the same thing here. We'll start with the daily. We'll start with the daily just simply because it's going to give you and I a better overall signal with regard to what is it doing. Now, we're going to turn price off again. And that's because there's a brand new profile that formed today. I didn't actually know that, but doesn't really matter whether I knew it or I didn't know it. I didn't know it. But if we take a look at the new profile, first, notice these profiles here that have been forming ever since the one that was in place from about December the 27th until January the 11th. And you may remember, or you may have written in, or somebody may have written in and asked, hey, can we take a look at light sweet crude? While it was trading within that range, we said, look, if price closed over 48.30, that was the top of the bearish structured box out there, the change in trend signal will have been generated out there. Now, when these new profiles form above the prior profiles, that is bullish in nature, just like when they form below, it's bearish in nature, kind of like a trend thing, right? That's easy. What we can see here from a daily perspective is that this is a bullish structured box. 53.83 the center, 53.39 the bottom, 55.60. By the way, if you want all this information, every morning by 8-ish or so, subscribers get these charts. They get charts for all of the equity futures contracts, really for most of the futures contracts, whether they're grains, whether they're metals, whether they're oils. They know what the market profiles are for the daily time frame, for the weekly time frame, for the monthly time frame, for the 60 minutes, for the 30 minute, for the 120, for the there's plenty of information depending on what you might trade, when you might trade it, to understand where support or resistance is. You don't even have to have the charting mechanism out there. It's pretty easy to take a look at 3 numbers and say, is this a bullish or bearish structured profile? Where's price trading? And then you can go ahead and make your decisions from there. Now, 53.39 is a level of support, key level of support. If price were to close below that, not trade below it, but close below that, well, then we start taking a look at another change in trend. Nothing more bearish than a failed bullish pattern, bullish structured box. Now, if we turn price back on, what we're going to see that has taken place so far today has been the pullback, which has been about a 2-day pullback. Has been nothing more than a test of that support level, 53.39. That's the number to pay attention to, 53.39. You get a close below that, that says there's a further retracement that would be underway inside of light sweet crude. So we need to look at the other intraday time frame charts out there, but that's what the message here of light sweet crude is. If you're going to ask me what's the message of silver, high-ho silver, versus that of gold, we took a look at gold. Well, what we can look at is we can take a look at its daily profiles out here. Now, its daily profile is much different than gold. Remember, price was trading with inside a profile inside of gold. With regard to the silver contract, it's trading above resistance. That's 15.31. That doesn't mean price won't pull back and test that. whether it's 1531 or 1534. But that is your support area for silver as of 1:49 in the afternoon on February the 6th out there. So that's what's going on when we take a look at silver. So I don't know. Is there anything else that you want me to take a look at? I think we're going to have a 2-minute segment here as we come back from this break. No other questions that are in. So no problem. No problem at all. The Dow's up 5, S&P's off 3, NASDAQ down about 20 points out there. Again, gold's off 550, 1370 is what it's trading at. Silver off 13 pennies. Light Sweet Crew was up 37 cents. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Be right back.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark have launched a special for a limited time only. Save 25% off Primal Edge and Health Signals. Just use promo code HEALTH for Health Signals or use promo code PRIMAL for Primal Edge and save 25% off instantly when you sign up. All the details are available on each order page at TFNN. Certified personal trainer Nico DeHaan's newsletter Health Signals comes out twice a month and is packed with great information on health, fitness, and diet. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox, and contains a special blend of ionic soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form. This sale won't last long. Sign up now using promo code HEALTH for Health Signals or Primal for Primal Edge and save 25%. For all the details, visit the front page of TFNN.com right now.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome, folks. So with the last couple minutes here, let's just kind of summarize where we're at, what it is that we should be anticipating or looking for. If we take a look at the Russell 2000, we're just looking for topping signals. Maybe that's the wrong thing to be doing, but it's what we're doing. If I take a look at the daily chart for the Russell 2000, looks like today is going to be day number 8 for that power of 9 count. That says the earliest possible time for a top could be, well, could be today, although not likely because we haven't taken out the high of yesterday. So it would suggest to me that tomorrow or Friday inside the Russell 2000 would be where we would get to that Tommy DeMark set up 9 count level out there. So we're going to be in, it looks like we're going to be in day number 8 today, tomorrow 9, and then on Friday, we don't get to 10, but it could be the day after where we'd see some type of top. If that's the pattern, that's going to go ahead and call it. Inside the Dow, we're still in wave number G. So we're going to go with the Stevie Wonder wave of G, 7th wave move out there. That is a potential topping signal. It certainly was at the bottom. It continues to extend itself. The earliest time we could get a confirmation of wave number G would be tomorrow now, as long as tomorrow doesn't take out today's high. So that could kind of coincide, if we can use the word coincide, with what's going on inside the Russell 2000. We take a look at the ES Mini. The ES Mini out here is also going to have day number 8 in that setup 9 count. So that says the high could come in tomorrow or the next day. That would be Thursday or Friday out there. So that's certainly something to watch. As far as price projections, a 27.72 is game. That's the 1.618. A to B equals CD price extension out there. And inside the NQ, it's got its mind of its own out here. We talked about that really during the first or second segment, so we won't spend much time there. That's what I would be watching. That's what I will be watching. What I'd like you to watch, I'd like you to stay tuned, because your favorite polar bear, the world's most favorite polar bear, David White, he's up next with you from 2 to 3. Tom O'Brien, 3 to 5. And Stevie Wonder, he'll be back with you tomorrow at 1 p.m. sharp. Take care and have a great day.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.